Is it time for us to admit that Xbox is done? Like every time I see people talk about Xbox, it's always some big thing like, "Aha, Game Pass is such a good deal, guys," or like, they're on PC, so they can't possibly fail. Meanwhile, Game Pass subscriptions are not going up. They've been stuck at 25 million for a long time now. Uh, Hardware sales are flatlining, and the PC sales aren't doing all that hot either, right? The first party sales have tanked. There's really nothing in the foreseeable future to look forward from Xbox. And when you really look at like the long and short of things, when you look at how like the competition has caught up to Xbox when it comes to like its online play and its features and stuff like that, like when you really look at like the grand scheme of things, like Xbox is a declining brand. And I've been saying this for a long time, right? This has been true forever. But it really does kind of feel that we're in like that stage where Xbox is going to leave the console industry fairly soon, hopefully within the next decade, right? If the numbers I've seen in regards to like the sales of the Series X are any indication, okay, let's be real here. It's weird to even admit that there's a new Xbox on the market. Like, how many people do you know who even know the Series X even exists? Right? Like, I own an Xbox One. I have no desire to upgrade. I have no desire to do anything. I have no desire to get one. Like I haven't even considered it. Why? Because I'm so disappointed with my Xbox One in general. Like I had everything I wanted from it, which is basically like original Xbox emulation of stuff like Ninja Gaiden Black and the Dead or Alive games, which are undoubtedly fun. Like I like them a lot. I got a lot of mileage on my Xbox One. I certainly don't regret purchasing it, but at the same time, it isn't a good platform, right? Like it completely, I am completely disillusioned with the brand, with how they've treated their classic video game franchises, how they dealt with Halo, Gears of War, Rareware, like really, like I bought an Xbox expecting there to be like a bunch of like new Rareware games for me to play, and then I realized that like over the past 20 years, Microsoft has done jack and shit with the brand, right? It's so weird to talk about, but it is true. I was expecting to find so many good things on Xbox, and there's really nothing there. Halo's irrelevant, Gears of War is irrelevant, Rareware is irrelevant, right? They're talking about like bringing Perfect Dark back, like that's not gonna happen. What? Like everybody is just in denial about what's happening here. That the brand has flatlined. It's done. Right? It's never going to recover. It's never going to be big again. I think there's going to be like one last big hurrah when like GTA 6 comes out and people like get on that, but I expect most people are just going to buy it on PlayStation and PC. Right? Like I don't think there's really that much demand for an Xbox like from anyone, right? They haven't innovated enough. They haven't done anything. They haven't done anything with hardware. They don't know how to make the Xbox brand appealing. They only ever were relevant because of their online features. And now that they don't have that edge anymore, there's nothing more they can do. All they can do is just stagnate. And uh, they're stagnating so much that I really don't expect that anybody like is buying an Xbox right now. It really does feel like a dead brand. And nobody wants to talk about this because this isn't what's supposed to happen. Like what's supposed to happen is that like Nintendo is supposed to go bankrupt and then Sony's going to buy them and then uh Sony's going to dominate the market like forever, and like PC is going to be their main competition. Like that's what people think is going to happen, but like in reality it feels like both PlayStation and Xbox, especially Xbox, are becoming increasingly relevant because nobody really sees the value in buying these pieces of hardware anymore. There's no point. Like if you have the money, you're better off just buying a PC, and if you don't have the money, you're better off not buying a console at all, right? That is a real issue here that they're having, is that like nobody wants to spend money on bullshit. All right. And that's what this all comes down to, is that the Xbox brand is bullshit. There is no value to it. There is no reason to invest in the brand. There is no reason to to buy this thing and like get into it. You're better off simply just buying your games on Steam or buying them on Switch. Like there is no reason to own one, right? And I can't imagine that the vast majority of the audience feels differently than me. It feels as if most people are just they feel this way, but they won't admit it, right? They'll just kind of like say this thing that like, oh, I just prefer PC gaming or I prefer playing on phones, but in reality, like they're not playing the Xbox because it's shit. Like it just isn't a good platform, right? And I would argue that was always true, but like these days it's like why does this brand even exist? Like, why is it relevant? Why is it here? Like, it's just like, why is it even like trying to be competitive? Like, they keep talking like it is. They keep talking like they're gonna do something with Obsidian. Like Bethesda 10 years ago, they put out Skyrim, which was like what, the game of the generation for a lot of people. GTA 5 came out and like outsold it, but like for a lot of people, I think Skyrim really resonated with them because of like how basic bitch it was with like the fantasy setting and the open world and stuff like that. Like a lot of normies really love that game. Um, like they put out Starfield and it's a complete bomb, right? Like after the Microsoft acquisition. And I don't think Bethesda is ever gonna recover from this, right? Like Pete Hines has left, like a lot of high-ranking people at Bethesda have left. Like they're just never gonna recover from like being owned by Microsoft. They have a very bad track record of maintaining their talent, of managing their talent, right? Like Starfield should 100% have been a Game of the Year nominee, and yet nothing. Like it's not gonna win any awards. It's not talked about. Nobody likes this game. Everybody agrees it's like it's a piece of trash. Why did this happen? Right? It's because of the mismanagement at Xbox. It's because of the failures to innovate. It's because of the failures to do anything new or exciting or like to to evolve. Right? It's the same thing over and over and over again. Oh, if we just release Call of Duty every year, people will keep buying. But that's not how it works, right? People want something new, right? Real gamers, people who don't just buy Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty, like we like innovation, we like change, we like new IPs, we like being surprised with like weird off-ball projects, right? We like discovering new things, and I feel like more and more that Microsoft in particular is not really offering any of that. Like every creative project they've tried to put out in the past several years has gone up in smoke. It has been a complete disaster. And more and more, I feel as if people don't really acknowledge it. I feel like people don't admit that Xbox is a failing brand and that its days are numbered because once Xbox goes, PlayStation and PC are sure to follow.